Tonight's forum is sponsored by Muskego First to help familiarize the voters with the candidates before the field is narrowed to only 2 candidates after the February 15th, 2011 mayoral primary. And right now we want to stand and pledge allegiance.
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
My name is Susie Link, and I am your moderator this evening. Actually, I think I'm supposed to be calling myself a facilitator. Doesn't matter what you call me. All I'm going to try to do, I'm not loud enough? Since when?
Fix that.
Is that better, Kurt?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Kurt. I'll get you later. Before we begin, could everyone please silence any phones, anything like that? Just, you don't have to turn them off, but please put them on mute so that they don't disrupt anything. And as we go through this process, I would ask that if you start having side conversations, please take them out into the hall so that the people who want to stay in and hear all of the different questions and answers get to do that. Aha, I knew there would be one. Did I turn mine off? Do what I say. I think it's off. Anyway, there it goes. All right. In order to bring the voters closer to the candidates, we are going to do something different than you've had done in other forums. We're going to have the voters come up and ask the question. After you ask the question, I will ask the candidates if they each have the question written down and clearly understand it. If they don't, I'll be asking you to repeat the question for their benefit. I don't intend, nor should I, be repeating or rephrasing your questions. So it's between you and the candidates. Before we start the questions, we are, however, going to give each candidate 3 minutes to introduce themselves, and that may direct what questions you ask. The order that we're going to follow was determined by a coin toss right before we convened, and Mr. Dickmann won the toss, so he gets won or lost, I'm not sure which. He gets the first question, and he gets the first opening statement. After that, we will be alternating, unless by some good luck of fortune Ms. Chiaverotti arrives, at which point we'll be doing a circular rotation. And if that's confusing and it happens, we'll explain it at the time. Again, don't worry. Your questions are going to determine the length of the forum. We have the room until 9. We estimate that the forum will go to 8:30, and we will be as flexible as we can to give everyone an opportunity to ask whatever questions they have. Please make sure that any question that you ask is expressed so that it can be answered by any or all of the candidates up here. Don't direct it at a specific candidate. We want to make sure that it's something that they can all have a response to. And for the record, as recently as yesterday?
Tuesday night.
As recently as Tuesday night, Ms. Chiaverotti was again invited to join the forum. So I don't know if she's attending or not. I apologize for not knowing. And lastly, before we get started, thank you all for showing up. I know it's cold. I know we had a blizzard. And the attendance here shows that this does matter to you. And that's very gratifying for those of us that were trying to make sure you got to hear the candidates before you voted at the primary. All right. You'll be asked, I already told you, you'll be recognized to speak as you reach the podium. When you do come up to ask a question, we're going to ask that you identify yourself by name and by address. Other than that, if you have another question after the first one has been asked, feel free to go back to the end of the line, and you're welcome to ask more questions. We're not here to cut off things if we can possibly avoid it. Please keep your question relatively small. It can be a two-parter like, where do you stand on this and why? But it should not be a multiple topic question, because that's going to be too hard to follow, and you are allowed more than one question. All right. Once you have given the questions, after their opening 3-minute statements, each candidate will get 2 minutes to respond to the question. And that is up to 2 minutes. If you don't need the full 2 minutes, don't feel obligated to take it, because that'll allow another question to be asked from the floor. Those are the rules. The only other thing is, please try to avoid asking a question that someone else has already brought up. If it's already been asked and answered, ask them something else. I'm sure you have lots of questions. Now, are there any questions from the crowd as to how we're going to be doing this? Seeing none, one last piece of advice for the candidates. We have some young ladies here that will hold up their notebook when you're getting down to 15 seconds left. That means wrap it up. So everybody knows all the rules. All right. Mayoral candidate Dickmann now has 3 minutes for an opening statement.
Can you hear me back there? Sound check. Well, first of all, I want to say thank you to all of you for showing up. I know that it's probably about 10 below zero with a wind chill, so thanks for taking the time to come out here and meet with Mr. Hudock and I and ask us questions and get to know us a little bit better. I also want to thank Muskego First for stepping up and reserving the room, and also to the Teen Advisory Board for assisting us in putting this on. So thank you to those people. My name is Scott Dickmann. I'm running for mayor of Muskego. The reason why I'm doing this is I want to apply the business experience and the knowledge that I've gained over the last 25 years or so, eight of which I started my own business and have learned a lot and experienced and grown a lot with regards to that. I've been a resident in Muskego for the past 10 years and have seen a lot of things over that time, listened to a lot of people. I'm very easy to speak with, so people will give me their opinions of the city and let me know, and we have some very good discussions about that. But at the end of the day, I want to utilize a lot of the things that we talk about negatively and turn them into positives, fix things that need to be fixed, address things that maybe we've had opportunities in the past on, and draw from the community as to what direction we should take this community. It's not the mayor's responsibility to tell the community what we're going to do, when we're going to do it. It's the community and listening to the people, because people are really the government of this community. As a candidate, I believe that I serve the public well by utilizing the business experience I have, leading the community. I'm equipped to do that based on the growth of what I've accomplished over the last 8 years in my business, and also the experience that I draw on over the last 25. I'm currently the president of Muskego Shores Community Association. I volunteer at the high school, and I also help in fundraising when it comes time for different things in football or track or whatever that case may be. As a business owner, I seek solutions to problems. I try to be proactive on those so that when it comes time that I can redirect things or make better decisions based upon that. In my past, I've run businesses in excess of $34 million and overseen budgets of $10 million or more. As an entrepreneur, and a lot of small businesses can relate to this, I've had to put performance together. I had to acquire my own financing, put up marketing, hire, fire in some cases, and most importantly, look at the bottom line. And as a mayor, I think we need to, I need to do that for you as a community. My experience in technology sales involves listening to clients' needs and collaborating with the right people to bring a solution forward for the community.
Okay. Thank you. That was 3 minutes. Okay. Now, Mr. Luke Hudock.
Hello. Are we good on the volume? All right. My name is Luke Hudock. I'm 36 years old. I moved to Muskego in 2003. We've been here 8 years. I moved here shortly after we got married. I have 5 children, 16-year-old, 6, 5, 3, and 2. I own a small business located in Muskego. It's a pest control company. I am here because I believe my education, I have degrees from University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee, and I went to Marquette Law School. I believe my experience in business and in education allows me to bring a unique perspective to government that possibly is missing with past administrations, current candidates. I believe that I have the ability to make decisions, solve problems, bring people together, and apply fiscal sense to government. The last 5 years, Muskego's revenues have gone down roughly 0.3%, and spending has gone up over 8%. That's not how you run. That's not how you all run your household. That's not how anybody can run a business, and that's not how government should run as well. When the money dries up, you have to stop spending. That's one of the main reasons I'm running for mayor, and I'm glad you all were able to make it out here tonight. I know we all had the blizzard yesterday. Everybody got shoveled out. It's cold out tonight, but when this originally came up, I was told to expect 2 reporters and 2 people. So with everybody here today, I think it says a lot about the citizens of Muskego, that everybody's interested in what's going on, and you want to hear directly from us, and I appreciate the opportunity, everybody coming out here tonight to hear your questions and speak to you all directly. And with that, again, I thank you.
Thank you.